was like, when she started doing that, I'm like, what are we doing here? Does she do that to you? Huh? Does she do that to you?
Yeah, she does.
Can you get in? Can you get your name on the
7,
board?
8, or 9?
9.
Yeah. Somebody missing.
Ten to get in, 10 to get in. All right, 10 to get in this motherfucker. Give me 15 on the board. Give my 15.
Whatever.
Give my 15.
Give me 15.
No, you ain't got it.
Whatever.
Shit, if he had 15, shoot.
I know you're not counting now.
Yeah, I am counting.
Thanks for 6.
Yeah, I know. Shoot, yeah. Keeping it low. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so what do you guys think about the state of the country? What's going on? It's totally fun. Yeah,
nobody knows whose side they want to be on.
Yeah. 10.
I think there's no leadership.
There's definitely no leadership.
And because of that, everybody is chaos like they just said. No one knows what to do now.
Starts from the top. We have no top. We have like sheetrock ceiling with nothing but holes in it.
And I know that's biased, right? But it is what it is. He's a confusing person. It's like what who's heard? Y'all heard his degrees. Y'all heard this
Briefs.
Yeah, his degrees.
Talk.
Yeah.
Oh, even with
Or
his
his
speeches,
ability to lack thereof.
they're everywhere. He doesn't have a sense of direction, so nobody knows where to go. Why? What do you think?
I mean, I'm with y'all. I really think it's kind of fucked up the way how the world is going right now. Or I'm going to say messed up. I don't think so. Really messed up well how the world is going. Sometimes I always think that it's really goes where the wind blows. If somebody says one thing and it's a good thing to go, then we're going to go that way.
It all depends on how much money is involved, who his buddy is that's involved with it, or who his rival is.
Yeah.
But don't you think it's weird that he's siding with the minority, the people who wants the country the way it was in the 50s? Like, you know what? How this addresses this? Like, they shot dude in his back 7 times, and there's still people saying that he was right.
Trying to justify it.
That's crazy. And he's
okay.
I don't care what he did.
I can say, regardless of what he did or what color he was.
There's no reason to shoot somebody in the back 7 times. You're an officer of the law. You are to uphold the law. You're not supposed to sit there and just blast somebody 7 times just because you think about your head is 10 months.
Well, my question is, how can your life be in danger?
There's no way you can justify your life being in danger.
I don't care. They say he had a knife on him. He had a knife.
But his back was
to him.
Yeah.
How can he be in danger?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't see a knife, but whatever. They keep saying
apparently it was in the car.
He was 15. But they said but they didn't know he had a knife.
Right.
So how did they know he had a knife? Until after they shot him. Did he look that fast in his car? Did you get my points?
Yeah, I give you yours and mine.
I didn't count. No, I think and then these, oh my God, these fascists, right? It's so did you tell me what happened in Portland?
Which time?
Yesterday, last night.
No.
There was a clash between the supremacist,
A clash?
white green group, yeah, and a black woman protest group. There was a clash and somebody got shot and killed. And that's just like what happened with old dude.
You talking about the guy
who was involved in the shooting? Was it civilians or was it the cop?
No, it wasn't the cops. It was civilians. But they're like militias now.
not now. They've always been malicious. They've just been empowered.
Yeah, that is true. That is definitely true. Now it's like,
They have the ability now to go out and do shit and not have fear of any type of repercussions. And if there is anything, it's what's been going on. They get a slap on the wrist and get a damn video teleconference on the news explaining their justification and how sorry they are, or try to explain their situation or whatever. The only explanation you need to give is how you were mad because you were caught doing wrong.
right,
And you just escalated the situation.
that's true.
You can't accept the responsibility that you were wrong.
True.
Okay, I was wrong, damn it, my fault. But no, instead of my fault, it's, no, fuck you, this was this, and this was that, and then that. No, you were wrong in the beginning.
That's the thing. It's like
15.
that's the main issue, right? Right. The main issue. What's the main issue? They were wrong. They shot him 7 times, and that's causing all these riots.
No, it's got shit. So
Shit.
I'll get it
back, man. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We ain't getting nothing.
So it's in Washington. It's Washington. Yeah.
But no. I think the main thing is now we gotta vote.
That's most.
And everybody right now is ready to vote.
Yeah.
Are we able to? I think we should do something.
What do you mean?
So we need to say that we're gonna take somebody with us to the polls to go vote. So someone who normally doesn't vote, we're gonna take them with us. So when you go vote, you got somebody with you to go vote.
I know what you're saying. Those are all your kids.
But I think we all.
What the blue hell are you doing, man?
Why not? Can you? Well, he's not gonna be able to score. If he scores, he's cheating.
I don't need to score right now, but I will score.
No, we'll see about that.
I will score, fool. That's right, I told you I'm gonna score.
You're welcome.
Take him.
I got you.
So. That first round, you know that first round of the playoffs was crazy.
Yes.
Oh,
That was crazy.
who the? No. Celtics. What happened? The last alert I was able to get
Something blue
No,
on all
in Boston or in Toronto.
Toronto.
Oh, I told you.
But it doesn't matter in the bubble. Home court doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, you're in a bubble, but still.
Yeah.
But that's in game 1. We'll see how game 2 is. They get blown out game 2.
Okay, let me ask this. What were the stats of Siakam and
Siakam did not.
and it wasn't at
what about Van Fleet?
That was us.
Okay.
That fleet was us. I didn't really
So
watch.
Lowry didn't give any support?
No, his support wasn't as long.
Yeah, I think. You know what? I don't think that a lot of guys are really have their head in the game. Dang. I don't think a lot of these guys have their head in the game like how they would have, especially the way how they were wanting to go ahead and like call off the season. I'm thinking that a lot of these guys just don't really want to play anymore. Some of the guys, I think they want to play anymore. I think that they're just out there just to be out there. I think some guys didn't want to play anymore. Yeah.
It's movement, man.
we're on that, what in the blue hell was Ron Urlacher's stupid ass thing?
Somebody had to say, I don't know.
He basically did a Drew Brees and gave his biased opinion on why the NBA players boycotted their playoff games over the dude we were just talking about getting shot in the back.
Yeah, let me pull up the tweet
Yeah.
because let me pull up the tweet real quick because
Yeah, you gotta get the info.
Oh, it's Sasha, man. Sasha, give it to me.
yeah, Brian Urlacher he said Brett Favre played the Monday Night Football game the day his dad died, threw 4 touchdowns in the first half, and was a legend for playing the game in the face of adversity. His message, NBA players boycotted their playoffs because a dude reaching for a knife wanted on a felony sexual assault warrant was shot by the police. I think Brian Urlacher is just really missed the whole.
That's what I said. He definitely did a Drew Brees.
Just because that dude had a felony assault, the cop could just shoot him off.
That's pretty.
He had a felony, so now I can just
That's
shoot
pretty
you.
much what he was saying.
No.
He missed the entire freaking. That's why I said he did a Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, there's things that you can and can't say, and I think he really missed the boat on that one. NBA players are really trying to voice their opinion, talking about, hey, this is really uncalled for. People getting shot.
There's YouTube videos of cops wrestling with white patrons.
And they're not shooting them.
Not shooting, not tasing, nothing. Just wrestling for 10, 15 minutes.
My frat brother showed me a video of a cop pointing a gun at a white guy, and the white guy was sitting there arguing with him. I'll send it to you guys. He was arguing, telling just whatever. He's just pointing at him, getting in his car, wrestling with them like, you pulled the gun out for a reason. I thought I was talking. Tell me if I'm right. When you are told, when you have a gun and you point it, you're pointing it and you're intended to use it, not just for show, right?
It's supposed to be
They're only using it if
you're
they're
not
deadly
using
force.
it. It's deadly force. So if you're going to use it,
Yeah.
what you're thinking of is just somebody's state of mind. If I pull my gun, my intent is to use it.
Yeah.
That's just a state of mind. That's not a law. Or
Yeah,
or
but
anything.
I'm just thinking that like if you have the I'm just thinking if you pull it out, you're intended to use it.
Yeah.
But not for a police officer, so you can't. So a police officer, because they pull it out, so
Yeah, I
they
get
pull
rid of
it out
that
for telling them you need to back off.
Yeah.
But if they have to, they will use it. But they're not going to. It doesn't mean they're going to use it.
But I guess what I'm thinking is that I'm watching that video and that guy's just pulling the gun and just pointing, and that guy's just sitting there yelling and whatever. I'm like, okay, why'd you pull it out then? There was no threat. There was nothing in there, but you pulled it out for a reason.
That just goes to the lack of training the police
Yeah, but
department.
you shouldn't be pulling it out if there's no
There's no
grade. You don't see it
like that.
touchy
He
eyes,
shouldn't have had his weapon in the first place. He should have at least, if he couldn't talk him down at the beginning, he's got a taser.
Yeah.
Especially if you saw that he didn't have a weapon. Why don't they have a taser?
Right.
That just goes to the lack of training. They're putting all the money into the wrong part of the police department.
Right.
And everybody who's opposed to this so-called defunding the police have the wrong idea about what that actually means.
Oh, tell me, what does it mean?
I've been wanting to figure that shit out because sometimes
They're pulling the money away from areas that the police department are not suited for, such as tactical movements, all their tactical training, all that tactical gear, all that bull crap that they use. They're not a military. They're a police force.
Right.
So instead of sending them millions of dollars a year, put it in the community.
Which
When they could have used some of that money to send the cops to training classes for situations on how to deal with people without resorting to pulling out your damn weapon. And when you do have to pull out the damn taser first.
I gotta disagree with that. I don't think they should be sending cops in classes for to be like counselors, social issues. That's where the point defunding is. They need to put more money in those programs. But they don't need to send police officers to those because they're not there to handle those situations.
You have the wrong idea of it because listen. When I worked at the facility in San Angelo, all right, I was no way a counselor, but you're dealing with people on a daily basis. So yes, you are a counselor.
But that's the point. That's what I'm saying. The point is, so yeah, you're agreeing with me, but you should not be a counselor. So let me ask you a question: did they have counselors on staff? Did they have immediate counselors? Well, that's what I'm asking. I know they.
What do you mean as far as
at your job? Did they have counselors ready on staff? Because your job is not to be a counselor. That's not your job title, but you're doing it.
Every law enforcement, whether it's some type of correctional facility, even if it's just like at a state facility, the state school, they do those deeds because it's part of the job on how to defuse situations.
But that's totally different than being a counselor.
I didn't say counselor. You brought up counselor.
But that's what I'm saying. But you're saying that they need to be training for to be a counselor.
I did use the word counselor. I did use the word counselor, but they're not going to be counselors. They'll be training for those to do those situations rather than putting in all that money and shit for something they rarely use. The only time that stuff would ever possibly be used is like the school shooting.
I got a question.
But they would stop that if they just all they gotta do is have laws.
Who's
for
right?
the second?
It's yours. I got a question. I got a question to ask you guys.
Why don't people want to have a license?
I got a question now.
Thank you.
I knew you were gonna do that shit. I got a question. What is your thoughts on Black Lives Matter?
What do you mean?
What is your thought on that? What do you guys think of the Black Lives Matter?
I think it's. I think their voice is finally being heard, and the movement is in process. I think this change is needed. And I think there's so many people on the right who don't want to understand it. They try to get them confused with the wrong message, or hate groups, or that they're looting, or we don't want police officers in our system. I think this movement is needed. I think this is what we need. And I'm happy that this is happening. Yeah. What about you?
Good, because what I think about the Black Lives, ooh boy, you give me
15.
What I feel about the Black Lives Matter movement, I like the fact of how they're getting their voice across about issues like, social justice issues that we need to talk about. But sometimes I think that they need to expand their voices. And that needs to go into, like, we need to also let it be known that it's not just, we don't need to be talking about, social justice with cops or whatever's going on, killing unarmed black people. But hey, let's go into the neighborhoods as well. Let them know that, hey, your lives matter as well. That's what I think.
That defeats the purpose of the Black Lives Matter movement in general.
But
because you're going with that all the
You gotta let me finish. You didn't let me finish. I think it's right. I think what they're doing is right because they're bringing awareness to something that people did not want to talk about, and that is about the fact that, hey, this shit has been going on. This has been going on for so long. But we, as black people, have a lot of stuff going on as well in our neighborhoods that nobody wants to, that we acknowledge, but we make it seem like, yeah, it's just everything. This just happens every day.
I think the joke is when we say about crimes in neighborhoods and like black on black crime. I know it's an issue, but when I say it's a joke, it's because where's white on white crime?
I don't care about what I'm. I don't care about. I'm not.
I know you don't care, but what I'm saying is, crime is only committed where people live. So
Yeah,
yes,
I know
but
that. I know that.
what you're saying is that, of course, there's all kinds of committees, there's all kinds of programs out here that we have as a black community for our issues, but people aren't saying because there's crime, there's still crime,
that's not what I'm saying.
we still have issues.
That's not what I'm saying.
What you gotta do is, I say vote.
I mean, yeah, we can vote, but the problem, what I'm saying is this. One, I'm tired. This is one thing. What I'm gonna say. I'm tired of hearing when people bring up an issue. I was like, well, white people have crime too. Well, duh, we know that. But right now, I want to talk about what we as black people, we have issues ourselves. But it comes across like.
What are our issues?
Okay, we have problems with drugs. We have problems with but again, drugs in our neighborhood. We have problems with crime, gangs, school dropouts. We have all these issues, and a lot of the times we make it seem like it's just stuff that happens in our neighborhood. Oh well, we'll be fine. And when we bring it up, and when people bring up these issues or these problems, nobody wants to acknowledge it or try to take care of it.
So I just want to get.
But so the problem.
So you said crime, drugs, and dropouts, right?
Yeah.
So let's think about the issues. First, let's talk about dropouts. Or did you want to go? Yeah.
No. I just wanted to put my opinion on how you phrase that at the end because of the neighborhood and all that. And okay, you can't expect for you can't expect the how I can't phrase this because there's so many things wrong with the way you put that in. Everything you brought up has been going on since the movie Colors, the racial tension, the gangs, the drugs, all that shit. Wait. So in order for you to better yourself from that situation is to move. Point blank. Move. That's the first thing to do. You can't, okay. If you can't move and you want to better where you're living at, then you get involved in the neighborhood watches.
That's the stuff that I was trying to get at.
But they talk about schools because
that's what I was getting at.
So when you talk about schools, so the thing you got to think about is the funding of the schools. So one for schools, your issue is we don't talk about this issue with schools. We do talk about this issue with our schools and dropout efficiency. You know why we talk about it. But the issue is with schools is we don't get money and funding that we need to. For one, we got overcrowded schools. They're not updating our schools. We have older schools. They got the books are old and jacked up. They're not giving our schools money. You know why? Because where does the funding come from? That area, that zip code, or that area where that school is funded.
Right.
And the taxes are not high. They're low tax areas. So they tend not to give these people money. But what they need to do is equally, it doesn't matter where the money comes from. People need to be equally funded. They need to be in the county. Whatever
you can't say just because this school is on this side of town, they get this much money.
Everybody needs to be funded the same.
School get this much.
It gives kids disadvantages. These kids have disadvantages already.
Yes,
the schools are dilapidated.
I know that.
But let me ask you a question. Because you're saying what is black people doing? What do you do?
What am I doing?
No, what
am I doing? What I'm doing right now is I'm going to use my platform my platform that I have, especially in journalism. I want to be a voice to say that we're much better, and I'm going to use that. I'm going to do whatever I can to sit on committees, to try to be involved in the streets. Let it be known that we are better than.
Right. What you said we're better. It's Is this a broad term?
And I know it is
What
broad.
do they need to do? What do people need to do?
Hmm?
What do people need to do
Well,
for
first
us to change, for
First
us to
off,
get any kind of change?
Well, what we need to do is, again, just like what we were saying a moment ago, we need to get out and vote. We need to get out and sit on these councils. We need to just sit down and just say that this just isn't, that this isn't normal, and accept it. We want better. Don't just talk it, do it.
Like, I was so excited when Duran got, our brother Duran, he got elected, what was it, at the city council?
Yeah.
That was like a proud moment to see that my brother, he's in it too, he wants to make a change. And he actually put his name out there, he got elected.
So,
Which is amazing. I think that's, why can't we do that?
I mean, we can.
Right? But why can't we just get people to vote? It's like we probably don't have the same platform Ron has to work for us to go do that. But what we can do, we could go out there, we could register people, we could on the day of the election have a carpool, drive people out there to get to vote.
We can.
But we want this change that you want. There has to be action.
It has to be. I mean, I'm be honest with you. I'm tired of all the talking. I don't like, because when you talk, that's all you do. That's all you do is just jibber jabber. I want results. I want to see a difference.
in order to get results, you have to be a part of the solving problem.
Yes.
What would happen? So
So
you do the work and we don't. Say we lose the election. What are you gonna do?
We're gonna keep going at it. I'm not just gonna, oh, we lost.
I've been waiting for you guys to watch this.
That was pretty good. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I like what the NBA players are doing. That they open their arenas out as a voting places.
Not like they're gonna use it for anything else.
But
The NFL and the NHL and everybody else need to do the same thing.
That's true. But they never did it before, but they're doing it.
All this shit that they're doing now should have been common sense in the begin with, but now that it's an issue, now they want to do it instead of it being part of it, because the lack of polling stations in areas, plus you have major sports teams in those same areas, the owners don't want to use it because why?
They're not making money. They're not making money.
Bingo.
If they're not, but this movement is changing that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's changing that.
You know what? You know what it's doing? It's changing their thought process on how they're going to increase their revenue. They're already thinking ahead to when COVID is over, and hopefully this movement slows down to a disappearing act, and everybody forgets. But they remember the fact that their team supported them when it happened.
Yeah.
So whether or not
Yeah, I'm sitting there watching. He's back in.
they didn't participate or support the team before, now they do.
Right.
That's what they're thinking of.
Yeah. And if it makes a change, it makes a change, right?
Yeah.
So I want to get to
That's
the second,
basically it right there.
your second point, Sasha, what you said with drugs. So why do people do drugs?
Well, I can tell you.
Wait. Before you even start that,
And because
you're too broad in the spectrum, because that scenario that you put out is a two-sided coin. Back then, it was the poor black neighborhoods with the crack.
Yeah.
Now it's the opioids with the rich white families who are realizing it's an epidemic, and now they're getting clinics and shit now.
Yeah, and it's just like
The response time was totally different.
Yeah.
But they're still ignoring. We still have a crack problem.
Yeah,
But you know what's
we
fucked
still have all
up?
kinds of
Excuse
fucking
my language. You know what's messed up about this though?
Yeah, my bad.
Is that we have a crack problem still. We still have a crack problem. But we're not talking about this. They're not talking about that. It's the opioids.
Yeah, of course.
Because why people ain't dying off of that?
They're not
They're not
dying
dying
off
off of that. They're dying off of cocaine, but that's not as bad. It costs a lot. But
they're wrecking their
we
families.
still have issues.
They're wrecking their family's home style with their actions. with the addict's actions. The parents can't deal with it. They're suffering. Once they realize they're not the ones suffering, everything will everything will change.
Yeah, that is true.
Everybody get out their own freaking way and look at everything in front of them and pay attention.
What would change? I think what would change the drug problem is better opportunities for people. I think people have feel like their life means something. People do drugs because
They don't have nothing else to do. They were in a bad situation, and whatever drug it was helped them out.
Help them feel better.
And depending on that drug, it was very addictive, and now they can't get out of it. Or the other one is very recreational, and they enjoy it, so they do everything they can to maintain that feeling,
that high, that sensation is just one of the best sensations around. So yeah, they're going to keep at it. They're going to keep doing it no matter what.
That's it. And that's it. It's like to talk about drugs as a black issue. I think we can't.
Yeah.
But it's happened because you put it as one of the issues.
Well, because you know what?
That's just a tough one because it's just a people issue.
Well, you know, I'm gonna tell you like this. I say this right now and I say this the way how I feel. I had this conversation with this one guy when I was working at Circle K one day, and one day before one day he would always come into the store, and every time he came into the store he would throw money at me. He wouldn't throw it, but he would just throw it at me. No, but because he always had the exact change. Because they always do what they want. But let me finish. Let me finish. So what happened was one day I was working with my assistant manager, Matt. Matt is a white guy. And I sat there and I watched him. And he handed Matt the money. So then I called him out. I was like, hey, stop right there real quick. So then when I pulled him to the side, I said, hey, I got a question to ask you, man. Why is it that every time you come to the store, you always throw money at him? But when the first time you see him, you handed him the money. And he's like, oh no, man, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. I didn't know what you did. I didn't know that, man. I apologize. I'm like, no, man. This, that's kind of messed up. Why are we doing this to each other? You know what he told me? Nah, man, that's the white man has us doing that to each other. Like, ain't the white man did that to us? We do. Yeah, that's what he told me. Yeah, the white guy did that. I'm like, that ain't a white thing. It's an us thing. We do this to each other. I sit there all the time. I talk to you with respect. And I notice how you talk out, how you come in here all the time, throwing your money at me and whatever. But the moment you see Matt, he's only been here for a couple of weeks, and you sit here and treat him with respect. Why is that? We got to do better. And they said, oh man, yeah, we need to do that. I'm like, no, we as black people, we need to do this. So yeah, I understand that with drugs and stuff like that, it's a human thing. But my thing is that what's going on in the black community.
So the guy that you're talking about was you knew him as an addict?
No, he was just like, he probably was. He always came all the time, just always getting some papers and all that, but it's the way how he talked to me. And I told him that we as black people, we need to worry about each other. Quit trying to wonder, like, oh man, we got to talk about with white people, get us together. No, they have their chance. They ignore the problems. Let's see what we can do to try to get this together.
But I think the best thing that we can do, what you did, is just acknowledge it. But I don't think you can demand a person.
Yeah.
I think, but acknowledging it, right? So like, if you see it, acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully, the brother he sees that, right?
After that conversation, yeah.
But if he didn't really realize he was doing that subconsciously, and you acknowledge that to him, let the brother know. Let him know. Say, look, brother, I noticed this, and like he did. But if he keeps doing it, then he has an issue.
Yeah.
Right? But as long as you let him know.
It's sad to say. It's sad to say. It's basically what he said. He was trained.
Yeah.
He was trained. However he grew up, whatever he'd been through, between his relationship between him and white people is yours. Wait, how many diamonds we have?
I have 7.
7.
I got 6.
So you got
Okay.
His relationship between white personnel meant he needed to show some type of respect. His relationship with black people didn't have any type of respect and gave, regardless of what the black person was to him.
Right. And I think that's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's just a society, something that happened. If he's been in prison, if he's been locked up, if he has social issues in his life to deal with the system, it's always been with the white man, always been with the man. We're not saying the white man, because the black man is the white man.
And that's that stereotypical thinking that I hate. Just because you hear something, you hear something bad about somebody or someone, and you hate them for it.
Yeah.
So you with some other people who you're talking with, and you think you know something.
Yeah.
So you say you hate that motherfucker too, and they, oh yeah, why you hate him? Oh, because of this and that and that and this.
But that
Wait, what? That he said something
Right.
is the reason why you don't like him, and that's why you're not gonna vote for him.
Right.
Or what was it? What was it? That was it. You were there with me, so help me out with this example.
Which one?
The latest one.
I'm so lost right now. Huh? Yeah.
When we were in here the other night talking about buying the gun.
Yeah. But
And it's not that person in particular, but it's those type of subjects, that type of thinking, that train of thought.
What do you guys talking about?
So we were sitting in here the other day with our cousin. My cousin was here.
Damn, I'm trying to be so vague about the person in general.
So we're sitting here, and we're talking about who we gonna vote for. And he was like, "There's lesser of two evils, Biden and Trump." And then he started to sound like he's leaning towards Trump. And he started saying it's funny. It's just the things that he says. It's just funny to me. I think he's a funny man. It's like, do you not know this is serious? It's like he made me try to be a jokester or be a comedian on stage, but it's the wrong stage for him to be a comedian.
Right.
For the comments that he makes, like faking Clorox and stuff like that, are disinfectant. Right? He was like, that's funny. That's funny to me. And that's literally a reason why he will vote for him. Because he says he's funny. He says, I'm a young man. I'm 27, 24, 25 years old. I'm young. I think he's funny. What the fuck?
Boy, people are going through that's like high school.
That thinking, that thought process.
That's like that high school. Why are you voting for John? Oh, because he's popular, he gets all the girls. So that's why I'm voting for him.
Not the king and queen of the prom.
Yeah.
This is not the prom.
Majority. How many people in America graduate high school? I mean, or go to college?
Not a lot. I mean, a lot. Some.
There's a lot. What would you say the percentage of Americans go to college?
I mean,
just give me your guess.
About 65, 70%.
Right, and then so if you say about 35% are just high school graduates, or that?
Yeah.
It's probably about right though. Think about that. They're gonna vote on based on
their experience in school. And whatever that person stands for, that something was neglected to them or done to them.
Policies are getting that done. It's just, oh man, he sounds cool. Ha ha ha, he's funny. Ah man.
You can't not vote on somebody because you heard or read something some years ago that this person was involved in because somebody else was on it.
Right.
And you don't like them for that reason. That one reason alone.
Yeah. See,
Back then. Now it comes full circle to a very serious subject matter. Our subject being the vote for the President of the United States.
This is what's gonna happen to like kids next year. It's like if he gets in office, they're thinking that how they're voting means nothing. This is funny. If he gets elected, he's gonna change voting the way it is. He's basically saying it's already cheating, already voted by mail. He basically wants to make it hard as fuck for people to have a voter ID or for people to vote. So if he gets elected again, he may not even have a chance to vote. He's gonna change that. Man, there's so much, and it's like I don't understand why they don't see the importance of. We need him out. I understand Biden's not perfect. No person is perfect. I don't give a damn who it is, who this person is. Nobody's perfect. But you know what? Dismantle the democracy you grew up in. So what? You don't even know what it's gonna look like in the future. People say, our democracy is nothing. It's blowing up.
What's the worst thing?
What are we going to? We don't even know what we're going to. We just want chaos. It's crazy, man. I don't know, man.
Derek is on you.
What's it so crazy? Who thinks stuff like that? Yeah, I just hate the way the system. He fights against everybody. He pushes back. What? But nothing's going anywhere. Nothing is moving. There is a system that has to work for anything to move. His pushing back is fucking everything up. You have to have a direction. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You have nothing, then you have chaos. And people who want chaos is
right?
stupid.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
No one knows what that looks like. I don't know what that looks like.
What, chaos?
What is it gonna look like?
When you get in a Call of Duty game and you get dropped in at the middle of the match and your spawn is on the bad guy's side, that's chaos.
That's chaos.
That's chaos.
So
That's
Every
chaos.
time you wake up, you in the wrong
That's
end
chaos.
of a good situation.
that one match on Modern Warfare, that one that's so small, it's pitiful. You have all those.
It's been some years since you played the game, so
No. I was playing with you guys like last.
Shipment.
Yeah, Shipment. You wake up to an ass whooping.
Oh yeah.
If I like shipment though,
Shipment go hard.
I can go through that. Hoe.
Okay, so
Oh, now you can.
Yeah, I can.
a little lighter note, but I gotta ask you guys this because I know you guys are Spurs fans, and
I'm a Spurs fan because I live here. I'm happy.
I'm just gotta ask you this.
Yeah, whatever.
Spurs have made the playoffs for this is the first time in 23 years. Spurs didn't make the playoffs. What are your thoughts on the Spurs and their future?
I think that the Spurs is gonna have to dismantle that. Honestly, Popovich he's gonna retire. I think it's time for him to retire.
Becky! Bring in Becky!
Bring it Becky, but it's gonna be a whole new looking Spurs.
Yeah.
They're probably not
Well,
gonna be.
yeah.
They're probably not gonna be as good for the next 10 years. 15.
Why you give it so long? I don't understand the time frame. They have a very good base and structure. The management is
Think of the other team.
no. I'm talking about the infrastructure, the management, and the coaching staff. They will be able to put together a team, a workable team around that coach. This is not those other franchises that bullshit off of their picks and their rosters. Well, make do with what you got. Damn it.
Spurs franchise because Popovich is gone. Who
15 there.
who's gonna who in that? Well, we keep saying Becky. Becky ain't showed. Let her lead a team. Let us see him or her in a year. Her taking over a team for a game or two means nothing. That means nothing.
I didn't say it did.
I say 10 years. I'm saying 10 years.
I don't think it's going to take
Because
that long.
I don't think their infrastructure is not going to be as good when Popovich is gone. When Popovich is gone,
Everybody's going to leave.
the infrastructure is Popovich. He's their GM. He's their GM. He's their coach. He makes the decisions of the team. he's gone. Well, who else? Who's gonna do it? I don't know. They have to show me something.
But I mean, what do you think about their young roster?
I'm not too excited about it. They're good, but I know I'm being so hard on the Spurs.
That's fine.
But it's because I'm looking at the talent out west, right? Look at Houston, then look at Dallas, then the Suns. Man, look at who? Oh my gosh, who else? Denver. There's so much talent. The Spurs is just behind. They're behind the ball right now.
Well, you know what I think the problem is? I'm going to say this right now. As much as I hate the Spurs, God knows I do. But they have talent. And I really think that your boy Pop just really like on the cool, like held back a whole bunch of the young talent. So I really
I
think
didn't say they didn't have talent. I said compared to the talent out west, it's not playoff. It's not a. I don't see that.
Out west meaning LA?
Huh? No, the West. Just the West.
Yeah.
You know, West Conference. So
Yeah,
I think about the Western Conference.
I thought you were thinking in particular. Yeah, the Western Conference is
And the Western Conference is stacked. But
And the Spurs depth is nothing. It's right now if they were in the Eastern Conference, they would be strong. They'll be a strong team in the East.
Mm-hmm.
No, they'll probably be an 8, probably 7 or 8. Not a
I think that they'll be a 5. I think they'll be a 5.
Whatever. Not a 5.
Yeah, I think that they'll be a 5. Yeah, I think that they'll be a 5. Because you got to deal with Milwaukee. You got you got to deal with Milwaukee, so they're number 1. Toronto, and then you got Boston. You got those 3 right there. Outside after that, who you got?
Now you gotta have Brooklyn. You have to have Brooklyn because Irving and KD's coming back. You gotta have Brooklyn.
So that's 4.
Alright.
But
Did you didn't have Philadelphia?
I'm not gonna have Philadelphia.
I am. Oh my gosh!
I'm not
Yes.
Philadelphia.
I haven't added Philadelphia.
No, because the talent is one, but you already see what Joel Embiid is about. You saw he was the only person on Joel Embiid is probably as quick to oh man, my pinky toe hurts. I'm not playing.
He still plays.
I'm like,
Man, you're a hater. I don't know.
dang it!
Yeah. I know. So in order for you to score, I had the dominoes. Sasha and me is tied. You're in the lead by 15.
I gotta ask you a question.
Or by,
Who
yeah,
didn't deal with that first?
because it doesn't matter.
Should I live with that?
Shut up.
It's all about Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. Can those 2 play together?
Yeah, actually
And
they
who?
can.
Joel Embiid
Actually,
and
they
Ben Simmons,
can.
can they play together?
They can.
I mean,
They won 50 games.
But sometimes Joel Embiid wasn't playing, and Ben Simmons, well, they both, no. They cannot, no, I'm sorry. They gotta break up the band. They gotta break up the band.
They got to break up the band because Joel Embiid can't play hurt. Is that what you're saying? Because that's all what it basically comes down to.
He's been playing hurt. I don't know why Sasha said he can't play hurt.
I mean, he doesn't play hurt.
What do you mean?
The moment the man,
playoffs he's been playing.
no, I mean, he plays, but the moment he's like, oh, I got stomach ache, or I got a little twinge, I'm not playing. No, man, Joel Embiid, no.
I
Man.
had twins, I won't play.
I said twinge.
I thought he said
Like-
twins. I was about to say, what the? What? But Sasha, you don't know somebody else is paying. I'm never judging the person on their paying.
I'm not judging
But
it.
you did. I'm
I'm just saying.
And I think that's wrong because somebody else is paying to them, man.
Let's try this
Maybe
shit
you
again.
And I've never judged somebody else on their paying.
That's because you don't have a high pay professional.
No, I do. You got me that stuff.
Yeah.
I just don't talk about it.
Don't talk about it. You got to be about it.
It's my pain. Me talk about my pain, god damn it. Me talk about my pain, gonna help anybody.
Let's try it. Session.
It's on you.
How's it on me?
because he won.
You
Not.
I just said he won.
You forgot somebody.
Oh, you forgot that.
Well, then it's already passing now. Then go ahead.
No, actually, you gotta pick that up.
No, you already played that.
No,
Pick
no,
that
it
up.
don't matter. It don't matter. It's still
It's
yours. It's still yours. Oh, now you can play.
It doesn't matter. You.
Oh, now.
Look at that. Y'all see this on camera.
Oh,
playing that
now
shit.
you can play.
Cheating on camera.
I'm playing that shit, man. That's on.
Nah,
Yeah,
cheating
it's
ass.
on.
Cheating ass. You gotta, man.
So what? So
Nah. Get a domino handbook, fool.
no, shut up.
Nah, I can't believe you cheated type shit like that. I
Say-
knew you were gonna get that to it. I knew it.
Yeah, you
I
got it.
still have the feeling, man.
I might get there in 20.
Okay. Don't sound like it's a bad thing.
I might.
Go ahead.
I might do it, but I'm not.
Do it.
Hey, you like.
That's not doing it.
I know. I have to change. Change it up on you.
Why would you do such a thing?
Change it up on you.
But why? Why?
So what you guys your favorite NFL team? You guys think that y'all made a lot of improvements?
Nope.
Ready for
12 and 4 this year at least.
12 and 4?
At least.
12.
You don't think the Bills can go 12 and 4 against the AFCs?
12 and 4?
You discounting Cam already?
Hell,
I just had to ask. I just had to ask. I just had to.
You discounted
ask.
Miami also?
yes! Yes!
Jacksonville?
Miami? No, the Jets.
No, what about Jacksonville? Oh, they're not in there.
No, I can't.
The Jets. You think about the
The
Jets?
Jets?
I mean,
No. Think about it. Look what the Bills accomplished last year. We got the same team. Now we added Stephon Diggs. Oh man, it's gonna be hard to beat.
gonna be hard to beat, huh?
You're not gonna be that hard.
Y'all lucky the Cowboys and lucky they ain't see them this year. They're so lucky. The Bills this year. Y'all lucky.
It's not like they're worried about it.
Thanksgiving.
Y'all are definitely worried about it.
Cowboys are never worried about anybody, and that's their problem. They had a coach who was, I take that back, I'm sorry, let me rewind. They have an owner who believes everybody is supposed to bow down.
He believes in the touch of the stars. He thinks about it every now and then.
Oh,
I was like, I just went.
Oh my God, go ahead.
Oh my gosh. This dude here.
I'm over here real quick.
Get you back.
I'll look at Derek like, what did you just do?
Yeah, what was that?
So you really like the Bills this year? 12 and 4?
You don't think the Niners are going to do anything this year?
You know, right now, the way how injuries are stacking up in San Francisco, I don't know. I'm over here right now. I'm reading injury reports. Key players are hopping off. I know.
You can play it now.
I'm watching key players coming off. And then, you know, there's another thing that really pisses me off. And nobody acknowledges this shit. And it's the fact that number 25 is still out there, and he still thinks he's a top-notch corner.
Who?
Richard Sherman. I said,
So, are you upset to the fact that San Francisco let him go?
no, he's still there.
What are you saying?
I'm just upset that he's still there.
Oh, so you don't believe him to
What?
be a premier?
He can't
He
go.
did. He played the final. Oh no.
No, that's fine.
Sure.
Nah, it's on me. Don't want
I
him.
know Gary does too. Now, shit. God damn it. Man, this is bullshit. Where you going, Jaden?
She's running away.
Jaden.
apparently.
Where you going? Huh? Wow. Yeah, I ain't even nowhere. What?
Ooh.
What?
What is that in your hand?
Tell your mommy to give me a soda. Tell mommy to give me a soda.
She said no.
Give me a soda.
She said no, we're leaving. We're not allowed to be here. Yours. Bye.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
rude.
You want to get in the car?
Soda? Okay, thank you. Yes,
You not?
What? No, okay, go ahead. No, go ahead. Like I was saying, ooh, you did not want to be down there.
I was trying to decide.
So what I'm saying is that I can't stand number 20. I mean, I'm gonna take that back. I like number 25, but the problem is that he thinks that he's that God, and he's that same God. And I watched him in the playoffs.
Everybody's supposed to feel like they're that same.
But I mean, he may feel like he's that same God, but I watched in that NFC Championship game where Devontae Adams sat there and lit his ass up. And then I watched in that Super Bowl, just seeing the way how he just looked like.
Well, Tyreek Hill.
But you had no reason. You had no reason putting him on there.
Well, that's not his fault. That's the coach's fault.
You should have done some adjustment. You
You
should have done something. But
So your problem is not with Sherman. Your problem is with the defensive coordinator.
But it could be Sherman's attitude is saying I could cover him, coach.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
And then it goes
But the coach is supposed to switch that shit up when he see him get ate up.
I mean, I watched him in that fourth quarter, and the one where was it Charles Benjamin or was it Charles Benjamin who just sat there, threw him to the side and went down the sideline over there for about a good 30-yard catch. I'm like, what the hell, Rich? You're supposed to be one of the most physical, best physical corners in the league. I'm sitting there watching that one play. It was in the first, I believe it was in the first quarter, where Tyreek Hill sat there and he ran a 5, come back. You see the ball in the air, and he sat there and waited for Tyreek Hill to catch the ball before he decided he wanted to go out after him. Like, come on, man. That ball's in the air. You could have ran up and snatched it, and that would have been 6. You're too busy worried about Tyreek Hill, but there's no reason to worry about him when the ball's in the air. He stopped. The ball's in the air. Go get it. Devontae Adams again. I think it was
So it does sound like he had a problem with Sherman.
He's picking out a play.
I'm picking out a lot of stuff about Richard Sherman. I'm not picking out a whole bunch
We
of
all
stuff
know
about
Richard Sherman is not the corner.
He's not the corner that he was.
No.
And a lot of
But
players.
no player realized that not to play they were.
But the thing is that
I
he
think this year for him to realize that I did.
I watched against the Arizona Cardinals. I watched against the Cardinals. Christian Kirk sat there and had him beat. They had no reason to put him on this. Put Christian Kirk on him.
Oh well.
That was the cheapest 10 I've ever seen.
Oh well.
That was so retarded. Why would you put that kind of 10 out there?
Because it's the easiest to multiply by. Shit, why you hating?
Nah,
It's
you
2
just-
5s.
Yeah, I know you're trying to.
Add.
I know you're trying to.
I'm trying to add to my score.
But I'm hoping that this year, the Niners can be able to figure it out and do and be able to finish the job.
Wake up!
There we go, 6-8. Who scored his cheat?
I've been putting that
I actually
down.
like that play.
Should you putting that down?
I like that play. It's just not what I wanted.
Yeah, because you wanted it right here, right? What, it's 6-8 right there.
No, I didn't.
It's too bad we're not playing the nipples.
That would suck.
Yeah. I'll tell you,
Here, oh, that's an area.
shit, man, if I take it, I'll know your boy Ward sitting there all the time.
Charlie Ward?
No, not Charlie Ward. Mike Ward. Over there talking about how good Domino cheating is.
I don't remember ever playing with. Yeah, what?
I'm just gonna say,
You play with them?
yeah, I play with him.
So people say they good depending on their level of competition. So if you get home, playing with your family all day.
Every time I get home from playing with y'all, I'm the best.
Yeah, right.
I guess that's the state of mind that we're in, right?
Yes, so you think so?
The scoreboard usually proves it, so.
Ain't it's wrong one.
The scoreboard usually reflects that fact, so.
You're only up by 5.
No, I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about in past games. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so I don't know what this was right here.
Yeah, I was getting pushed on the stone.
I wasn't giving no points.
Either way.
If you score, you're cheating.
It's really cheap. It's a cheap.
I want to know what this 5 is.
I said I guess I cheated. What the?
Oh, well, don't shoot like that, because I'm actually
I'm
pushing.
sorry. I'm sorry, but
I don't count 5s anyway.
I just wanted to know that where you were looking.
Yeah, so I was wondering too, yeah.
That was amazing.
But yeah,
That was
when
hard to play. I hate to do that.
did you score?
No, I just hate to do that.
Okay.
I just.
That sounded painful.
What is what did the Undertaker saying back in the day? Say it louder.
No,
Rest in peace.
I don't know.
Deuce is gone.
You fuck about those deuces.
Somebody out there have that thing.
Yeah, that's right there. It's probably sitting right there.
Probably sitting right there.
I bet you did.
Okay, well shit, Tony.
Tell me. Wait, pick that bitch up.
Deuce.
No, pick that bitch up.
Deuce.
That's what you get. I can't believe you're about to not pick that up.
Domino?
Yeah.
Good.
I hate that you were saving that. You ain't got nothing.
Shit. What you say about Domino?
Nah, you gotta get there to. It's terrible.
You put down you. Then you put down you. Yeah, that's all I do.
What is it? What is it called again? Your strategy sucks.
Sounds like keeping all these points with that.
All this shit make you lock then. Make you lock. It's your job.
Do you not have a strategy either?
I was strategy not to have you win. My strategy not to have you win. Why don't you do the same
He
thing?
just sabotaged the game, y'all. On camera again.
Shit.
He just said, he don't want me to win, but he was dare you to win.
No, I don't want
He
Derek to
just
win.
said it.
But my job is why don't you? What are you
As
doing?
long as you
What
watch
are you
my
doing?
dishes so I can win.
What are you doing?
So it's basically
What are you doing?
No, it's ain't two and no, it is. You just
I'm
don't know
just
it.
waiting.
Did you not hear Sasha say what he just said?
Now my strategy is to make sure you don't win. What is your strategy? Your strategy is to stop him, right? And you're not doing it.
I'm doing my job to slow him down, but when you lay down stupid ass hands, I can't do magic. You need to count too.
Shit.
Goddamn.
I know what I'm
Act like I
doing.
can do magic.
Well, then try to do some shit. Why don't you do
Laying
something?
down whatever.
Why don't you do something? Magic.
Now I gotta think of stuff.
I'm sorry,
Now I
but
gotta
why
come
don't you
with
just
magic.
stop him now?
God damn.
Why don't you just stop him this shit?
I can't.
Why don't you? Yeah, you can stop
I
him.
can't if you're not.
No, I know I'm doing. I'm
You
not
don't
ready
play
though.
dumb.
I'm trying to make sure I stop you from winning.
You ain't doing a good job.
Why don't you do the same
I'm
thing?
beating you.
Don't. This time
I'm
to play.
actually beating
Skip it
you.
over there.
I'm actually beating
You
you.
beating me?
I'm
You're
actually
beating
beating you. Yes, I am.
Yeah, you beat
I'm actually beating you, so.
Well, we're gonna see about that. Go ahead. Go ahead and play.
No, Derek is doing a great job holding your dumb ass.
10.
Look at that. Look at that. What you gonna do? Get another 10?
Yeah, I'm getting another 10. Can you score?
Yes, I can. Thank you. Asshole.
Shit. Let's go ahead.
Yeah. What? Derek wants to start it off.
Now all of a sudden it's a goddamn game.
Nah. Sasha nasty.
Go ahead and get this shit going on.
Y'all
Last place
play.
What about you about this shit right now? Cause I'm
You say you, Derek, you said he gonna score you. He said your game ain't shit. He said now he's about to step his team up. Derek, so I just said your game ain't shit.
I'm
He
saying
said
your
your
game
game
ain't
ain't
shit.
shit. No, you just said
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
worried
step it
about
up.
my game
You
being
just said
shit.
you
All
gonna
I
step it
gotta
up.
worry about is 35 points.
35 minutes
What I got?
counties.
Yes, sir. No. Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
I
you got it.
Are you serious, dude?
Yeah. I neglected that fact. Just I'm talking about this 10.
What you got, Sasha?
You know what I got? He's smart, James. I'm doing this for a reason.
I don't give a fuck.
Go ahead and
Give me
get
box one day.
He's playing right into his dirt. You better be smart.
What do I have?
No, he's being greedy.
Now he's trying to say I'm being greedy.
Yeah, you're being greedy. Trust me, you're about to find out in a moment.
Okay. What's it?
Why, I'm supposed to
You
be
gonna play the three-way? What you gonna get? 6-6? I think you're gonna get
15.
15.
You got that.
It's getting crazy
You
after
ain't
dark.
got shit.
He's like,
You
I
ain't
don't
got
have
shit.
shit. No, I don't have
You
shit.
ain't got shit. You ain't got shit.
It's getting crazy after dark. These locks be like trying to shut me down.
Trent leaving in 10 minutes. Woo woo.
They
You
think
ain't
me
got
scared
shit.
of the penitentiary.
Your ass is singing. I got a song too. Shit.
You tell me what you need when you see me.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, that's Jack
Whoa.
the Key.
Lyrics changed, didn't it? Lyrics changed just a tad bit. Damn it.
Fuck.
Damn it.
I ain't
Damn
Stop looking
it.
at my motherfucking hand, boy.
It don't matter.
Stop looking at my motherfucking hand. Wait, 10, 25. What is it, 25? There you go, fuck up, you better score. You better score there. You better score, you know? I'm about to bust y'all's ass. 25. Stop yourself. You better slow that shit down. Okay? I'm warning you. Wow.
Yeah, wow. Come on, Master
Calm
TMZ.
down. Calm down. Sasha thinks he's gonna lock it up with foes.
I'm not about
He's gonna try to lock it up with foes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4. Is that the case? You got the dash 4, Sasha? Didn't I just say this motherfucker's gonna lock it up before?
Yeah.
I hope you ain't got big 6 in your hand.
Pick that up on there.
No, that shit, put that shit there. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You already out of it. 8,
5, 10.
1, 2, 3, 9. 9 plus 7 is 16. 1, 2, 3. 3 plus 9, 12. What happens there? 16 is 16.
So then what happens is that you guys gotta go up.
Then we just play Big 6.
Yeah, so
Big 6.
let's play Big 6. Okay, I was gonna say like whoever rolls and gets the lowest, gets the lowest number.
Whoever wins is win. So you saying, go ahead, Sasha, you're out of it already. Trying to lock it up. So 36?
Yep. It was locked door, 36.
You see your name on there?
Trying to even attempt
Hey! Now pick that bitch up!
Oh, my bad.
You start getting
Hey, yo, right there, wait.
Oh, Sasha!
It's not that hard, man. Now all of a sudden you want to think about how to play defense. You know, there's a whole hour and a half to play defense.
You were trying to lock shit up earlier.
Yeah, a whole hour and a half to play defense.
Don't worry about all that.
I got the idea. I'm gonna lock it up and wing it. Big 6 in my hand. Fuck is that gonna happen? Damn it. There. You better not have it.
You have what? This right here? Yeah.
I have nothing but 4s.
You had everything else.
Sasha, you the
The only thing you didn't have was 6s.
Sasha is the
Thank you all again for watching another episode of the Anger Management Roundtable.
Next time you can watch me whoop their ass again.
And
Whatever.
And hopefully,
Yeah, it was sabotage last time. That's alright.
Last
Sasha just
time.
said it. Well,
What?
Sasha just said he sabotaged it.
yeah, shut your ass up.
He just said it live on
And,
camera.
and again, please
Peace
like,
out.
share. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video.
Yes.
And hey,
Share
and
it.
just remember, also you did warn, and also share the anger.
Spread the
We're spreading the anger. That's
Yeah,
what
we're
oh,
spreading
Be angry.
That's what you call.
We're spreading
What do you guys want to say?
Be angry.
Be angry.
Yeah.
Did say
Be
like
happy. Be angry.
Shut up and turn it down.